Hey there, and welcome back to Reintro, the new Brown Order. We're back. Us uncles, us mamus, we're back. Me and Shri. Shri, we've been gone for a long time. I know this is the second episode in a while. Before I get started
Yeah.
to my grand adventure that was over this weekend, let's start talking about how was your wife's birthday?
Um, it was good. On her birthday, if I'm trying to think what we did. I think we just went to dinner or something like that. Nothing exclusive, but we did her. She planned her birthday party actually this weekend. It was on Saturday, last Saturday, and I think it was very successful. It was a Mexican restaurant, and it was the first time we were going. It's close by to the house. It's funny how it's like inside a mall. But the restaurant is really nice, it's big, and, they have it's called Three Roots Mexican. Let me try to find it and share it.
Three Roots Mexican. Okay.
Yeah, and they have a DJ in there. They also have, salsa, bachata, all kinds of lessons that they provide, and apparently the day we went, we didn't know this, but, um they had free lessons apparently, like, if anybody wanted to learn or something like that, they had, like, teachers roaming around and stuff. And I don't know, there were, like, I think, like, 15 people who came, so it was a full house, and they gave us, like, a separate section right next to the dance floor. So that was really good. And, before that, I think she had her own class with a bunch of friends, like a dance class as at the studio that she actually works. So the owner of the studio decided to gift her this class. She was conducting the class, and
Yeah.
yeah, I think they all had a lot of fun, from what I understand. So yeah, it was good.
What about you? Did you have fun?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I have fun. Well, I wasn't at the dance class, but I was at the restaurant. But it was good.
How'd your video shoot go? I know you were planning, I think a new Garba video.
Yeah, that's coming actually this Saturday. We have uh
Hmm.
we have booked a studio,
Okay.
and yeah, we're going to be driving to LA,
Okay.
and yeah, let's see what that looks like. I mean, last week we actually went to the studio to check everything, like, before we generally book the studio, or like the day of the shoot. We Meghna and I try to go there on our own, because many a times we have been, they call it scouting. We have been kind of like not prepared for the height sometimes, and sometimes for the length, how many people can fit, what kind of lenses will I need, what lighting will I need, and everything like that. So we went and we checked it out, and we're quite satisfied with it.
Okay.
And now let's see how it goes. So yeah,
Nice.
it was good, man.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
excited. So this Saturday is the big day. For how long have you guys been doing this for now?
I'm sorry, doing what?
Practicing for this piece.
She started, I think, a month and a half or 2 months ago. There have been, I think, 5 or 6 different rehearsal practices, and last weekend, or yeah, I think last weekend they did a dress rehearsal. However, we were supposed to have a couple of people, and one of them kind of pulled out due to health reasons. So
Oh, I
she's
hope
gonna
they're
have
okay.
to, and we just found out. Yeah, yeah, I hope so too. And I wish them happy health. But it's it was supposed to be Migna's partner, and now it seems like Migna's gonna have to come up with like backup solution and different tricks. So because it changes the whole choreography, the formation, and everything. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
You're a choreographer. You're a dancer. You understand that much better. But yeah, I think she has some tricks up her sleeve.
Listen, Magna can steal the stage, the spotlight whenever she feels like it. She got that power, so I'm not even worried. I'm excited to see the new piece. Let's see what this is about. It's been a while since you guys actually done a piece.
Actually, yeah. I mean, the main reason is timing, getting people together, and last thing is money. Actually, it costs a decent chunk. We don't have a sponsor yet.
Yeah,
We
because you
are
gotta
looking for
sponsor it yourself.
sponsors. Yeah, exactly. So it gets a little chunkier on the side. And in the end of the day, like a lot of people like, oh, you get views or YouTube pays you, which is or Instagram, which is not necessarily true because A, we use copyrighted music, you know. I mean, without
Okay.
copyrighted music, you really can't, like get these visions across. So yeah, but let's see what happens. I mean, the whole point we're doing this is, excuse me, a way for it to fund itself, like a lot of people do, like you have folks who do music videos or something like that, and they generally either get called in by other people to do either concerts or they hire them to do their own music videos or whatever you call them, so we'll see. So yeah, we're excited and we hope we can do a better job or we can do something better than what we had already done, and this time we're going to do a few different things, so I'm excited. Let's see how it goes.
So give us a breakdown of what your day looks like, especially on shoot day.
Ugh. Meghna and I wake. Generally, our shoots are early in the morning. This one, if I'm not wrong, is at like 8 or 9 a.m.
Okay.
We generally book it for about 3 to 4 hours. You pay by hour, and sometimes we go 5 hours. And the first shoot we ever did, because it was Meghna's birthday around that time, I decided to actually get an Escalade because she
Okay.
likes that car. So I rented an Escalade, and that was the
Nice.
first time. However, this time, most of the artists or dancers, if you will, they're gonna come on their own. But me and her generally have a lot of equipment. Like we have multiple actually carts. I can't really show you because it's massive, but we have these large carts that Megna's dance boss or her dance school boss calls it the. I think she calls it the corp cart because you can literally fit a corpse into it, and
Okay.
that thing has my lighting equipment in terms of multiple tripods for lighting. It has multiple tripods for my camera. It has my gimbal, the camera itself, different lenses. Along with that, we what do you call the umbrella lights, and it's a whole 9 yards with bulbs and everything like that. um for Meghna's side, she does all the most of the costumes and everything. She actually takes different pieces and cloths together, and she actually builds the costume most of the time. So
Okay.
this time she has made, I think, first there was a whole process where she got the cloth, she cut it into specific pieces. I think she had to cut about 6 times for is what 24 different swabs, and then she has to pin them together, and once she's done pinning them she has to actually sew them together. There's like different kind of like fall, like I don't know, like I don't even know what it's called, but like you know other things that she attaches. So each ghagri, I think, took her about 3.5 to 4 hours to make.
How many did she
So
make?
she, I think, has already made five. There's one more left, the
Wow.
last one. Yeah, so every
S-
day after work, she comes home, or on the weekends or something, she blocks time and she just, after
So
dinner,
about
she just
17,
gets to
17 and
it.
a half hours.
Yeah, approximately. So yeah, I mean that's that. So we grab all this stuff, load it up into the first we load it up into the carts, then we go downstairs, we load up in the car, fold the carts and stuff. All the carts are foldable, so we fold them, drive to the location. Well, we grab coffee or some kind of drink or something for not just for us but also for everybody else that is coming. We try to grab some kind of breakfast, maybe like bagel sandwiches or even just bagel or something like that. And yeah, we all get together, and generally what we spend the most time many a times is either costumes or shot lists. There's a shot list that is created, and we generally go by shot for these shot lists. Which
What do you mean
camera
by
is going to
shot
be, I
list?
mean, what
Oh, you basically
shot
plan
list is.
out exactly. Okay.
Yeah, we plan out exactly how we want it. So yeah,
So
I mean it gets patched like that.
what's the duration of this song? How long is it? I don't want to like go into it, keep
Uh,
it, but
no,
I
I
just
think
want
it's a
to
full. I think it's a full song.
so like five
Probably
six
like
minutes.
3 minutes.
Oh,
Yeah, 3 to 5 minutes or five to
let's just
six
say, okay,
minutes.
let's
Yeah.
just say 5 minutes. Okay, so 5 minutes. How many shots would you get in 5 minutes?
Well, the record, like the filming actually happens for like 4 to 5 hours, right? So there's breaks in the middle. Many a times, like I remember there was one take that they were trying to do and they just weren't getting. And I think we were on take like 14 or 15 or something like that.
Okay.
I think the highest we've gone is 18 takes. So they have to keep redoing it until they get it better. If they get sweaty, they have to step away. They have to like dab themselves, remake up, and fix themselves
So
and stuff like
what's
that.
the
So.
timeline of how many minutes, seconds is a take?
So that depends. Sometimes it, like I said, like when I'm talking about the shot list, many a times the last shot list was, I think, 30 to 40 shots we actually did. And then we go through the process of elimination, which one is good, which one is not good. And then once we decide, we call it the yay and nay process.
Mm-hmm.
Once we're done with that, we then get into the coloring of it, color correction and stuff like that. Once that happens, or cutting and chopping, like the actual cutting that happens.
But
Now
that's
that
editing.
depends.
I'm not talking about editing. I'm talking about the live shots.
Oh, that depends. I mean, when we
Because a
create the
5 minute
whatever.
song, if you're doing different angles and using different lenses, so you're redoing the steps again. Like you're not just going from all the way top. You have cues. So what are the duration of the cues? Is it 30 seconds? Is it 1 minute? Is it 2 minute segments? Like, how do you like plan it out?
So that's an interesting question. It's never the same. Depends on what she wants. So let's say if the song has something that she's covering and she only needs, like, let's say if she just needs this, like this we have in one of the songs, that just is like 2 seconds, but there are some shots that she wants them to be one shot, where I'm actually moving into the
With the
dance, and
gimbal?
I'm moving around, and with a gimbal, it's handheld. So those shot take longer. I mean, I think in Pasuri we did a one shot. I wasn't very happy with it, but people liked it and Migna liked it, so whatever. But but yeah, anyways, that shot was a little longer. I think it was at least like 20 seconds, or something like that. There are some songs that she just wants to do one shot, like the whole song she wants it in one shot. So there was this one song we did with her friend Shilpa. It was
I
Megna's
think I
choreography, but it
think I
was just
saw it.
her.
I think I saw it. It was
We
it was
wanted
Shilpa's
to
one.
we wanted to do a silhouette look. Yeah, we wanted to do a silhouette look for her, where every, like, you see the background and you just see her silhouette. So we did a full color, and then it cuts the silhouette. Like, the dance is the same thing, so she practically does the dance twice. One
Mm-hmm.
is the fully in color, the white and blue skirt that she's wearing, this white background and everything like that. And then we have to she has to do the same thing again, where it's a silhouette, so basically the light in the back is much more stronger. You can see the backside of it, but you just see her shadow basically doing the same steps. So then what we did was, at the right spots, Meghna cut them through and basically patch them. So like I said, some of them are full shots. It could be the full 2 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever it is, 30 seconds, whatever she's trying to do. So yeah, I
So
think
I
yeah.
know you're the director. Well, you're not the director. Megna is the director.
No. Yeah. She's a director. She
So
she comes up with a vision.
so this project is her vision.
Yeah, this is her vision.
Okay.
My vision, I did one, it's called the one with Bacha. I forgot the song at the moment. But yeah, that's the one that I had. But I'll be very honest, I have another much much larger shoot coming up. Um and it's a gratitude shoot for someone that I feel that they deserve it. And Meghna and I are gonna, kind of do it, and I think that will have about 10 different dancers. portraying, and the song is probably like 1 minute and 8 seconds. So I have to figure, and they're not together. It's like each person is a separate dance. I mean, is separate. Like they don't, generally you have like two, three dancers. No, like each person will get a certain slot, a few seconds and stuff like that. So
Oh, so
that has like
everybody's gonna
10.
do a solo.
Yes,
Different
yes.
locations or the
So
same location?
different location,
Oh, so you're just
different
basically gonna cut.
location.
So you're just gonna flow it through.
Oh, no, no, no. The location is same. Not the same location as what we're gonna do this
No, no,
Saturday.
I'm
This
I'm
is a
talking
different
about
project, but
for
that's mine.
that
Yeah,
song. So they're all gonna be like every single dancer is gonna get. Let's just say there's, you said what, 8 dancers?
10. I think there are 10 dancers.
10 is a minute 8 seconds. So technically speaking, everybody's gonna get like 10 seconds about. Um, give or
Exactly.
take. Yeah, so
But
they're gonna get 10.
but to be honest, I'm glad you asked that because I don't understand that math in terms of, because apparently to, like, when you relate that to dancers, um, they have the you guys have your own language, so
Steps.
like
We do it in steps. We do it in counts. We do it in
steps, so
timing.
counts exactly.
Yeah.
8 counts is basically what they're gonna
Quarter
get,
eight,
or some
four
might get
eight,
16
16.
counts or some.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how that works, with all due respect, but she had to listen to
It's
the
like it's the
song and she had
one,
to be like
two, three,
count and all.
4, 5, 6,
I
7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's different counts. They're like ta 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 ta. So every beat has a different feel, but they always work in blocks. It feels like blocks. So every four is a block.
uh
So
uh
when you dance, you're not doing a step, a step, a step, a step. So the best way of explaining is, if you're gonna do a piece, like, when you do a chorus, the hook, it has like a little da 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 da. So
uh
it's always gonna have the
yeah.
same thing. So you get that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever you want to call it. You understand that and you create the steps for that portion, and then the next
uh
portion will be its own separate entity, even though the beat is the same, even though the words could be the same. But you're
mm,
going to be like, hey, I can change it up, so it becomes like art. So you'll be like, oh,
um,
the words are going like this, but now the body language is going somewhere else. So you see where the jumka is like, I hate this step. I absolutely hate that step. But when you're basically changing it up, you're keeping a person like with ADD, or like, that's what dancing is. Dancing just gets rid of ADD. I feel like it, because you're constantly moving, shifting, changing, and like how complex and how natural of a dancer Megna is. She does formation, she does sequences, she does shifting of places, unless she's just doing Vishopa, which she will still do. But I mean, that's what I'm asking, because from a dancer's perspective, you're just going in tempo, and if you're directing, you're trying to get certain angles, but that also comes in editing. So you're just getting enough camera work to like
uh
have to even you have enough content, you have enough like things, so you can actually go back when you're editing. You have enough stuff to do. So if you don't like this angle, be like, ooh, this angle can work for the time being. I just want to know your day to day, because it intrigues me, because a 5 minute video shoot, and if anybody is seeing it, they don't understand how much work it truly goes into. Like, truly, for a 5 minute video shoot, I would say you spend about a day and a half to 2 days editing, shooting, everything.
edit for 5 minute video editing takes, I would say, about like another 4.5 to 5 hours. Shoot, filming it is about another 4 hours, 4.5 hours.
Well,
But the
because
crazy part is the
you have
rehearsals
to
that come
satisfy two
before.
people at that time, because you gotta
Exactly.
satisfy the director, what her vision is, and then the person behind the camera capturing and going, hey, this works better. So conflicts of interest a bit.
Yeah, all the time. Our most arguments happen during editing generally, because I have certain level of technical expertise, but and I'm kind of stubborn when it comes to certain things, right? Because I was like, oh, I really like this, and she's like, yeah, but I'm the director, and I don't want this. You know what I mean? So there are times where
True.
literally on this chair, she'll pull it back, and she's like, get up, I'm just gonna do it, and it's pretty cool. She'll go crazy at it, and sometimes she's like stuck on here for like an hour, hour and a half. Then she'll like step away, or many a times she just until it's done, she won't get up from here. Then you have those technical challenges where Adobe Premiere Pro crashes, After Effects crashes. You have to keep saving your work, so all that stuff. And it's also pre-production takes a lot of time, man. Those rehearsals, that's another process too. You know what I mean? Getting all these people together at one location, which is viable for everybody. You know what I mean? Because one person is coming 45 minutes away, another person is coming hour and a half away, so it has to make sense for everybody, get everything done in an hour and a half, and then you're done. So yeah, it takes some time. It's very tough to explain to people sometimes that to them it's kind of like, oh yeah, cool, and then when you start to do it yourself, you start to realize that it's not something that is easy. It's a time consuming process, but in the end of the day,
Well, when
as long as people like it.
to put it in perspective for people to understand, and that's why I'm asking all these questions. It's not even just the day it starts shooting. It's not the day you guys are planning to do this. This plan is actually started months maybe before.
Yeah, yeah, the vision comes months before. And then, yeah, definitely. I mean,
So
if I'm
how,
not wrong, I think she
how
started talking about this in March.
so how does brains? Ooh, March, and we're in October right now.
Yeah.
So that's 7 months right there. So
Yeah, I
in
think
seven
yeah,
months, you are brainstorming. You are basically trying
exactly.
to get the people. You're trying to get the place. How often do you meet for the rehearsals?
It depends how many times people are available. Also, at the same time,
Average.
how much people can, yeah. Average, I think 5 to 6 times, if I'm not wrong, 3 times. And I think it also depends on the complexity of the dancer too, right? Like there are some dancers that like for Pasuri, the girl who's standing in the front, I think 80% of the dance she learned while we were filming.
Oh wow.
So yeah, she just couldn't make it. She's an instructor somewhere else, and she also has a full-time job. Mind you, all these dancers or artists that you say, they're investing their time. Excuse me, they're not getting paid. We're not getting paid. Luckily they're nice enough to give us their time and their efforts and everything like that. So I would like to thank them for that.
Shout
But
out
yeah,
to the
it's
crew.
it's tough together. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's all for the art. Of course you get exposure without a doubt. We all get exposure, but the point is that you definitely, you know, it's all for the art in the end of the day. So yeah, we're hoping that over the years maybe that might change somehow. The other this hobby can fund for itself somehow the other. But yeah, anyways, going back
Bro,
to real quick on the shot list, we she actually thinks of everything, and then she tells me what she wants, and depending on that on the shot list, we actually have what lens is going to be used. Is it going to be a moving one? Many a times I put in at what I want the lens actually to be in terms of how much zoom should be there. We practice the shots at rehearsals many times. I take my gimbal and everything because I'll be very honest, I do not have that count, nor I have the memory. So what happens is that she'll be like, okay, when this happens, I want you to start moving the camera and then focus on this person. You know what I mean? And I kid you not, I'll miss it. Like when the song is playing, I'll just miss it. And I remember in the practice this time, she's like, "Go," and I'm like, "Oh shit." So I have to practice too. You know what I mean? And what I'm looking for, what looks
that's
good,
actually
how much
is
focus. So
I've
yeah,
seen a lot of videos where credit goes to the director and the cameraman when or woman when they're in sync. Because
yeah,
if you know the steps and you kind of just memorize it, just with the music and the steps, you can predict the points where are crucial
yeah,
because you understand the song, you understand the rhythm, you understand the flow, or it could be the words, and you're
Yeah, for me
like,
it's the
ah.
words generally.
But also, if you see the dance step, you could put that together. Because when you see a thump, you know, hey, this is the part where the dancer views it as energetic or it amplifies the song. And if you see a slow step, this is where they're flowing and having fun. So, from a camera person, like a cameraman, woman, whatever it is, in this sense, you, a cameraman, you're gonna, if you understand the dance with the song, I think you'll be able to capture whatever the moment is.
Yeah, I mean, at the rehearsals, it kind of sounds weird because we'll go together to rehearsals, of course, most of the time, and many a times I'm literally just either doing side shots, like candid shots or whatever. She puts them up many times, or I'm just sitting, either just catching up on my emails or some kind of work, or just listening to music and going for a walk and stuff. And then with the end of the rehearsals, you'll generally call me in, be like, "Hey, let's redo this." So many a times, I feel that I'm just doing nothing, just hanging out there. But the fact that I'm there makes a huge difference on the day of the shoot. You know what I mean? So in that
You're more
space,
comfortable because
I
you know
find it
exactly what it is about a little bit.
exactly. Yeah. If I'm doing a candid shoot, yeah, I can do random stuff. But if it's a choreographed where we're doing everything together, we like to have. And again, when you're over there, there's a lot of things that happen. Things might not work. Maybe one of the light is not working. You have to improvise. You have to make these things happen. So there's a lot of factors that get challenging, and you're on a time constraint. You know what I mean? Even if you have the money to extend the time for the rental, someone else might have booked it, so you're on a time crunch to get it done. you know so anyways, we have to improvise when we're there. But when we have the shot list, you kind of have like a manual that what's going to happen one shot to the next shot. So yeah, it's something that we love to do. um
Listen,
and
people are
I
gonna
think it
see it.
actually Yeah, I think it began. My first practice began on a gimbal with you and Amitesh when we did the gym workout shot, which I never really, got together to do it because I realized I made some mistakes and they're kind of not easy to fix. It takes long hours to do that because it's extremely shaky. But yeah, over the years, I
But bro, that was the
think
beginning
I've got a
though.
little better. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, that was my first one. I mean, I spent, I think, like close to like what, $200-300 just on the equipment rental. I think I was a little overly ambitious. I was like, oh, I can do this without thinking that there is a whole technical aspect of me and the equipment have to be gelled together. You know what I mean? So that's something that I learned because I went ahead and purchased a gimbal. I went ahead and purchased a dedicated camera, a lens, and everything. So that kind of helps because now I'm used to the gimbal, I'm used to the camera weight and everything like that. So because when you're actually recording with a gimbal, especially you're trying to stabilize shot,
Yeah.
like my body is locked up. You know what I mean? Like it's practically locked up, and I have to move sometimes up and down. So after it's all done, I have like back aches and my body is completely sore and everything like that. So it is a challenging thing, but no doubt I absolutely love it. I wish we lived close by. Regardless, you lived here, I live there, because I feel that I will probably grab you, Tej, maybe even Ashish, of course. To be like, hey, I need, and I can't just grab the camera and gimbal and just go on the street and start. I just doesn't work for me. I don't. I'm not just that kind of photographer, or a videographer. I need a reason. I need sometimes a subject. So yeah, those are some of the challenges. But yeah, I'm excited. Let's see how
Oh,
this one goes.
okay, so I want to end this topic with one last question. It'll have two answers. I actually want two answers for you. And you could give it to me in whatever order you want. And it may or may not depress the mood or lighten the mood. It's more so, what would you say to your like looking back now from day one to now, how would you rate it? In the sense where th- did you expect to be here? Did it hit peak, or this is like a good point? Is it like if you were and if you, this was a video game and you were about to save, are you satisfied with that point, with this checkpoint?
Um,
In terms of your talent you have learned and how far you have gotten since day one.
a lot. Absolutely a lot. I feel quite confident that tomorrow, let's say if I get a paid gig, to make a music video at the level that we're working at. I'm not talking about music video as in like the big shot ones yet, because that requires different equipment. And there's a lot more that goes. But something that will recreate if someone is like, "Hey, we're three people who wanna do a music video," and it's a paid gig, I would be pretty confident, to absolutely do it. Um, versus before, no, absolutely not. I mean, I think before I had excited confidence, not experienced confidence. You know what I mean? So I hope that answers your question. And what
Okay,
was the second question?
it's the same part. Now, 5 years down the line, how do you see it?
Well, to be very honest, there are two things I would really like to do. One is, of course, do more of these videos in different lighting, different locations, and stuff like that, with different angles, different moving things. But at the same time, I have been looking at taking some full on, like kind of like a, how do I say, like I wouldn't say filmmaking course, but more of how do they do it, in the real music videos that you really see. You know what I mean? The production valued ones. So if I can fund it myself, then I would like to take a course and be much better, which not only will give me confidence, but there are a lot of things that I feel that you can easily do it like this, like holding your ear. But instead of that, we try to do this just because we don't know we can do this. You know what I mean? So there are a lot of shortcuts that are tips and tricks that are very simple. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, why do you go through all of this when you can just do this? So that's the reason we have confidence. Like the first shoot that we did, I think it was called Dolira. And I remember it took us, I think, like probably like 6 hours to record the film it and stuff. We had to keep calling them and extending it, like, hey, we need more time because we're not done with our shots. The lighting didn't work properly. It was like automated lighting, so we would set up the lighting for the place, and by the time we get everything ready, it was a dimmable light, so automatically would dim, and we would forget that it's dimming after like every like a minute or something like that, and
Yeah, yeah,
then
yeah.
we just didn't understand why the video looked so dark. So we would have to manually do it. But now we have our own lights and stuff like that, so that sometimes helps. So yeah, I'm pretty confident. But 5 years down the line, I would say I would be able to take more challenges, like challenges in terms of I want to do some action, not just dance, but like action related, like advertisements, if you will. Like, let's say maybe a car one where I'm on the car, like, hanging out of the car with the camera and stuff like that, like moving
Yeah,
shots and stuff like
yeah,
that
just say
on
it,
a
just say it.
bike and stuff.
I'm
So,
I'm gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it. Shri wants to create his own Fast and Furious.
oh, that would be fun. That would be fun. Hey, let me ask you, would you star in it?
Hell yeah, bro. Anything you need, I gladly would do it for that. Easily.
Well, thank you so much for
Bro,
that.
except I am
That's
not
the
gonna
love
I'm
we
not gonna
have.
play I'm not gonna play Dom because you gotta be bald, bro. I'm not doing that part. I like my hair right now. I'll be Paul Walker,
Well,
bro,
the,
but
the ball shots, I'll take them. I'll go bald, and we can take those from the back and shit.
how you
But
gonna
no, you
take your
don't
own
gotta be.
shot, bro? How you gonna take a gimbal and shit, put it up here?
And that's a good question. I don't know. I'm sure we'll figure it out by that
Have a
time.
have a mirror
Maybe
down here, be like, oh, okay, this angle.
I don't know. We'll have to get creative. I've tried to get
I
Magna to record on it many times, or like actually use the equipment and stuff. But it's heavy, man. Like I think give or take. I mean, it's not a lot if you think, but it can get up to 15 pounds. Now, 15 pounds
Ooh.
might not sound like a lot,
No, no,
but when
no,
your
no.
body's
Having
locked
for
and
a
you're like
while,
going up and
yeah,
down, and yeah,
bro. Even
so
even five
yeah,
pounds at this age, bro. Bro, we gotta be careful, bro.
oh man, oh
Any
man,
additional weight is
yeah,
gonna break us. I
yeah. But yeah,
so
what I haven't done is green screen. So I love your green screen. I love your background. I love the way you use it, and I genuinely hope in the near future we can do something with the green screen. So yeah,
Ooh, yes.
that's what.
I do have a vision for Magna. I told you guys about this a long time ago. It
Yes.
requires a green screen. Uh that's something separate we'll do later. But you know what? Let's just end this episode. This was a behind the scene look. Honestly, I learned something new. I was always curious because I know how much work it goes to editing like just videos and shit. And sometimes you get exhausted, but then doing it for a video shoot that requires so many moving parts. Great information. Thanks, Shri. I hope everybody learned this. Like and subscribe. New Brown Order V intro with my favorite grandfather of all time. So we'll see you later. Bye bye.
Bye, guys.